Hello YouTube, DocXtreme here doing a review on the Second Amendment M6A2, which is made by the Land Warfare Resources Corporation. In combat arms, this is an NX seasonal variant available on the 4th of July Independence Day sales and has no rank restriction because it's an NX standard and is available for permanent duration during that time for 24,900 NX, which is pretty much the same as all your other NX permanent assault rifles. It features this awesome looking stars and stripes camo and has full auto and burst as your standard fire modes, and comes with a standard magazine size of 35 on 105, which is boost of 5 shots per mag over your standard assault rifles. Let's have a look at the stats. The M6A2 Second Amendment features 43 damage, 66 portability, 74 rate of fire, 82 accuracy, and 64 recoil, which is a total rehash of the entire M6A2 family. It's a 5-shot increase from the regular M6A2, which is huge. 4-point increase over the M6A2 SRT, and there's no change in portability and rate of fire. It has 1-point increase in accuracy, which feels wrong to me. It feels like a 2 or 3-point increase in accuracy, and the recoil remains the same, which doesn't feel right. I'll get into that later. And when you compare it to the M416CQB, which everyone seems to have for permanent, it does 4 extra damage, same recoil, same rate of fire, more accurate, and a little bit more recoil. Let's get into the gameplay. Just gonna say as an added that the first part of the video is going to be a continuous gameplay of a single game with the boring bits cut out, but the bits after that, my laser mouse died, so I was trying to collect clips with a bloody ball mouse, which was a piece of shit and doesn't work, so I apologize for poor aim there. So it's really frustrating trying to get clips for that, but it was just a bunch of smaller clips cut together and pretty much pasted together to show how the suppressor works. So yep, enjoy. First and foremost, I'm just going to say that this gun is nothing like the GP M6A2. It's actually really close to the M6A2 SRT. It's 95% the same gun. I'll explain how it's different as I go through the statistics. But in terms of similarity to the regular M6A2, like, the mechanics are the same. The way you reload the gun, the way you draw the gun, those are pretty much the same. But in terms of the way you use it, the damage over distance, damage at close range, the accuracy, the recoil, it's completely different. Like, the M6A2s, in all honesty, they exist on a spectrum. The regular M6A2 is on the far left side of it with the lowest recoil but lowest damage. In the middle, you've got the SRT with moderate recoil, well, not moderate damage, it's got pretty good damage, but it's in the middle. M6A2 Second Amendment, however, has got the highest recoil, highest damage, but the Second Amendment and the SRT are probably closer together. They're in their own group. The M6A2 GP is kind of completely different to the rest of the family. Okay, let's talk about the damage. The M6A2 Second Amendment is a 3-hit kill at close range by the medium vest. A solid 3-hit. This is absolutely huge for this gun, considering how easy it is to use. Spread and recoil is really friendly. I'll go on about that later. But the 3-hit kill will stay a 3-hit kill all the way up to, I think, about medium range. So you can 3-hit kill people across junk fleet with a medium vest, as long as you hit them in the chest, which is absolutely ridiculous. At long range, it's a 4-hit kill, fairly solid 4-hit kill on a medium vest. I tested this gun at 60 meters according to Nexon stats against an assault vest, and it was definitely a solid 4-hit kill, which is just ridiculous. I think it'll 3-hit a medium vest at that identical range. Okay, portability. Portability is identical to the M416CQB. Nothing special there. Rate of fire, they're all the same. It's like 74, which is like, it's on the higher side of assault rifle, but it's the same as all the other spray guns. Okay, accuracy. Accuracy is where this gun really stands out. Statistically, it's an 82, which is a 1-point increase over the M6A2 and M6A2 SRT, a 2-point increase over the M416CQB and the regular M416. 82 feels low. Like, 80 accuracy, if I'm trying to head pick with it, I'll take maybe 5 shots to get that head pick at, say, oil rig, roof to roof, on something that's half a head. With the M6A2, you can easily one-click people with this thing at long range. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not quite as accurate as a SCAR-L on 85 accuracy, but I would rate this at about 83, 84, maybe 83 and a half. Like later in this gameplay, near the end of it, you'll see me hit a peeker from the hallway rooftop, peeking from the Bravo balcony on the first shot, which is it's really unlikely to happen in the M6A2 SRT or the M6A2. This is definitely better. Recoil on spread, however, is where this gun becomes really different. It's definitely, compared to the M6A2 SRT and the regular GP version, it's definitely got higher recoil, for sure. In scope, it's definitely higher. The recoil pattern for this gun is, within the scope, it's really good. The first 6 shots or so go straight up, so when you use this gun, I would recommend that you scope in and spray, because spray and just drag that mouse down, because you're going to drop people so fast. As long as your first 6 shots, you can easily take down 2 or 3 people before your scope starts jumping around sideways, and when it does, it's fairly predictable. As long as you drag your mouse down, it's almost entirely horizontal, so you can actually spray within your scope, and I recommend that you do this with an ACOG. You can also do this with the M6A2 SRT because the recoil patterns are practically identical. The SRT I think goes up for 5 shots instead of 6, but it's not a significant difference. The M6A2, you can just spray all day with that thing. I'm not even going to mention it. The spread pattern when you spray out of scope is, well, it's good. Like, it lands really close to the center of the crosshair, so even though your crosshair's bloomed to something massive, it always lands right in the middle of it. So I guess that's... Some other reviewers have talked about the M6A2 having a really inconsistent spread, which just isn't true. Like, it's completely predictable. I think the reason why they're having difficulty with it is because it actually goes left and right fairly severely. And because it lands so close to the center, you need to be super, super accurate about spraying this thing. So you need to have the center of that crosshair directly on the chest of your enemy. But when you spray, otherwise the bullets just won't hit at all. When to spray this thing? Spray it at close range. Duh. Spray it at medium range? Yeah, it'll work. But yeah, definitely it'll work at medium range. You'll see me spraying this gun a lot in this gameplay, and honestly, I think that's probably the best way to use it. And burst fire, you want to burst it at medium range. Like, bursting and spraying, they have fairly similar results. Like, would you want to use the actual dedicated burst mode? Maybe. Like, if I'm charging at someone who's behind cover and I can only see the head, yeah, use the burst mode. Like, just burst mode, one-click them. It's hilarious and you get called a hacker. It's really good. Or you can use the burst mode and just 3-shot someone in the back. It's actually possible to 2-shot a light vest in the back of this gun at close range. Absolutely ridiculous. Definitely take advantage of that fact. Right. What else? Rate of spread, rate of recovery. Rate of spread is actually fairly high on the Second Amendment. Same as SRT, they both spread pretty fast, but the advantage is that the maximum spread is really small. Like the M416 CQB spreads fairly... It's got a moderate rate of spread, it's slower than the M6A2, but the problem with that gun is that the maximum spread is really huge, which just isn't useful. It's not conducive to using this gun very well, to using an M416 CQB for spraying. Like, you really want to tap fire that gun. M6A2, Second Amendment, definitely spray it. So, yeah, it's newbie, but spray this gun, it works better. Rate of recovery is very fast. In scope, using this gun in scope, so tap firing. Tap firing, this gun is superlative for tap firing actually. The regular M6A2 sucks for tap firing because it jams so much. This gun's really good. Hip fire spray, yeah, already talked about that. And its overall effect, the absolute kill time is really fast because any 3-hit kill gun with 74 rate of fire is going to kill super fast. And as easy as this gun is to control, you can just mow people down all day with it. Reload speed is super fast, and I recommend you use extended mag with this. Recommended attachment scopes. definitely use an ACOG, do not touch the iTech. The iTech doesn't really lower your recoil that much, but it does ruin the way the gun reacts, like the recoil pattern. It goes pretty much side to side very severely straight away, which is not useful. The ACOG goes straight up for many more shots, and I find the ACOG is just a lot more controllable. Should you use a tri-shot hollow sight? No. Why? Because it goes diagonal. Should you use the HDS4? Yes. If you can get a HDS4, use the HDS4. Why? Because you can see me tap fire in this gameplay, and the HDS4 reduces the vertical bounce by half. Yep, so that means you can tap fire nearly about 75% faster. Makes it really, really overpowered. Extended mags, extended mag 1 I think is really good. Extended mag 2 brings up to 50 rounds, which is also good. Whatever flex your boat, suppresses. The S3 suppressor's got an interesting effect on the Second Amendment actually, because it makes the gun, well, it makes it really easy to tap fire it within the scope. Like, if you're tap firing ACOG with the S3, there's practically no vertical bounce at all. Like, it feels, with an ACOG with S3, it feels like I'm using the SOC mod, the M4A1 SOC mod, so if anyone's used that, you know how small the recoil is. Problem being is that the damage is horrible, it's tiny. At close range, I think I sprayed someone 5 shots to drop a medium vest, which is just not, it's not on. Just don't do it, don't use the S3, it's not worth it, it's easy enough to control. Customization, you cannot customize this gun, and honestly, you don't need to. My overall opinion, this is my favorite assault rifle in combat arms, without a doubt. Have I bought this for permanent? Yes, I have. It is accurate, powerful, and in my opinion, it's actually better than Baron's CQB. Why? It does more damage, the drop off is better, and you can use an ACOG. Honestly, this gun deserves an epic tag. So, for my viewers here, so if you haven't got this gun yet, should you wait for the next 4th of July, or should you just buy the SIT? My opinion, just buy the SIT. It is 95% the same gun. Like, maybe it'll do 1 or 2 points less damage at close range, medium range, but it don't matter anyway. It's still a 3-hit kill. And in terms of difference in spread and recoil, the SIT maybe has a touch more horizontal recoil than the Second Amendment. But as long as you're used to the gun, which I am, it makes absolutely no difference at all. So, and the accuracy difference, you take 1 more shot, doesn't matter. Definitely buy the SIT if you can't get this Second Amendment. That's going to end the review here. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.